Weekday mornings, 5:30 till 8:30. With David Curtin and Ray Morrison, we have the most up-to-date news and sports information.
And you know with us, you'll get fun in the morning.
And join me from 8:30 until 12:30 for John Gormley Live, where Saskatchewan comes to talk.
Are you sure you're John Gormley?
Fencing. Get started on the right track. Right Way Fencing. Quality chain link fencing manufactured right here at home. The perfect way to secure your yard while allowing the beauty around you inside. At Right Way Fencing, we'll supply the fence, and you'll do it the right way.
Tonight on Global News. Jewish community members are cleaning up and moving on after their synagogue and community center is bombed. An early morning crash causes thousands of dollars of damage to a home. And remembering the Queen Mother in Saskatoon.
Global News with Jennifer Palma.
Good evening. Cleanup is going strong tonight at the Congregation Agudas Israel, which has been receiving many phone calls from concerned Canadians wanting to help rebuild the bombed-out Jewish community center, whose members say they won't let Friday's arson keep them from going on.
They're shocked and appalled by what has happened, and certainly are willing to offer any and all kind of support that they can to help us rebuild what we've lost.
Just before midnight on Friday, fire crews were called out to a blaze at the Congregation Agudas Israel. Police say the blaze was caused by something that looked like a Molotov cocktail. The bomb did extensive damage, estimated at a cost of around $130,000 to the building and to 3,000 books, some of them over 100 years old. Today, the rebuilding continued.
The cleanup's doing well. The room has been completely stripped of everything, and they've got big machines in clearing the smoke and the smell out, and it's coming along real well.
Today, police say they are still investigating the incident and that there is no evidence the event is directly linked to those in the Middle East, but that connection is being considered. Also this afternoon, Sharfstein says the Premier and his wife made a surprise visit to the congregation. Calvert is expected to issue a statement in the next couple of days.
They toured the facility, and we showed him where the damage had been done and the fire occurred, and he was quite, I think, moved by what he saw and concerned by it.
For now, members of the congregation are moving on. Classes for Jewish students were held today, and the center is still planning on holding its annual Holocaust Memorial next Sunday. It was a snowy weekend in southern Saskatchewan. Falling snow made it difficult to maneuver cars on roads and highways in the area. Drivers were taking it easy on streets today in Regina. Over the last 24 hours, the heaviest snowfall came between Kindersley and Regina, where about 5 to 10 centimeters of snow fell. But now the heavy snowfall warning for southern Saskatchewan has ended. The weakened system is making its way into Manitoba. Bizarre accident occurred in the wee hours of the morning in Saskatoon between a van and a house. A van crossed an intersection and slammed into a home in the 3200 block of Milton Avenue at 5:30 this morning. The two occupants of the vehicle fled on foot. A police tracking dog was used, but it eventually lost the scent. The van was later towed away. Police are still trying to track down its owners. Damage to the house is estimated at $30,000 to $40,000. No one was hurt. The case has been turned over to the Hit and Run Division for investigation. Saskatchewan nurses are into their second day of marathon bargaining in Regina. The nurses were presented with a new package from their employer Saturday, but have not confirmed whether it was what they were looking for. The nurses are asking for higher wages on par with Alberta and Manitoba, as well as improved retention of nurses so they don't leave to work in other provinces. The Queen Mother was remembered today at a special service at St. John's Cathedral. As Global's Shauna Rempel reports, the service was a chance to mourn and celebrate the life of the Queen Mum in Saskatoon.
Queen Mum is remembered through prayers, song, and personal memories today at St. John's Anglican Cathedral, which represents the Church of England in Saskatoon and has hosted royalty before.
So we had the 100th birthday for the Queen Mum here in the cathedral, and Prince Charles has been here to worship. and Queen Elizabeth has been here to worship as well.
The service was a chance to share stories of a queen.
We had a time of remembering and thanksgiving, so members of the congregation who had personal remembrances of her shared that with the congregation.
The service was great. The memories that the three people talked about were really nice to listen to. It brought back some memories of her visits to Canada. And like I say, she was just a great lady, and it was nice to hear all about her.
John Durkop shared some of the Queen Mum's history with the congregation.
She brought a common touch in the sense of her outgoing nature and her great interest in people.
The service of remembrance for the Queen Mother's passing was bittersweet.
That sense of sadness, but also almost in the same breath, a sense of thanksgiving and joy for what she's meant to them in their lives.
Although the Queen Mother will be sorely missed, certain features will always stand out in people's memories.
I think stability in the royal family and her great smile.
And of course, her wonderful smile. Everybody talks about her wonderful smile.
Shauna Rempel, Global News.
And in London, mourners are still waiting as long as 12 hours in line to pay their final respects to the Queen Mother. The lineup to get into Westminster Hall, where she is lying in state, now stretches 5 kilometers through central London. Meanwhile, military officers from around the world held a rehearsal today for the Queen Mother's funeral procession. And Global News will be live in London for the funeral service on Tuesday morning. Join Kevin Newman at 6 a.m. for the Queen Mother, a fond farewell. As well, Premier Lorne Calvert has announced there will be 3 memorial services in honor of the Queen Mum in Saskatchewan. Here in Saskatoon on April 12th, the service will be held at St. John's Cathedral on 816 Spadina Crescent East at 7:30 in the evening. Lieutenant Governor Linda Haverstock will be present and delivering an address. Then this upcoming Wednesday, there will be a service in Prince Albert at St. Albans Cathedral, then one in Regina at St. Paul's Cathedral next Saturday. On Monday, Canada's new security surcharge came into effect at airports across the country. The fee means an extra $24 per return ticket. Here in Saskatoon, airport authority officials say they believe the tax is too high and that half would be sufficient. Annually, the surcharge will raise $5 million in our city. Nationally, the fee is expected to raise $2.2 billion in the next 5 years to better airport security. The tax is due for review this fall. Tuesday was the second day of the Gopher Derby, and it brought controversy. Both Saskatchewan Tourism and the Saskatoon Wildlife Federation have been receiving dozens of calls and emails from people all across the country and even internationally condemning the Derby. The STF says the Derby is the most humane way of fixing the gopher problem. The Derby runs until June 23rd. Wednesday night left 2 families homeless. Flames ripped through this duplex on Avenue L North. A mother and her 3 children managed to escape safely. The family of 6 living on the other side was also evacuated. Damage is estimated at $70,000. Investigators say the fire was caused by children playing with matches. Thursday saw a 26-year-old Saskatoon man facing charges after a drug bust on Wednesday. The man was charged with 2 counts of possession for the purpose of trafficking and 1 count of cultivation. The bust netted the cops 1 pound of cocaine, 2 pounds of marijuana, 3 marijuana plants, and about $3,000 cash. The estimated street value of the drugs is between $30,000 and $50,000. The accused is out on bail and goes back to court on the 30th. On Friday, Justice Robert Lang's report on the North Battleford water crisis was released. The report looked into last year's cryptosporidium outbreak that made thousands of people sick, and it had harsh words for all levels of government. All 28 recommendations were accepted, and with them comes higher water prices.
The news is brought to you in part by Taco Time, the home of Taco Tuesdays. Real taste, real value. Anytime is taco time.
Are you ready for summer? Weight Watchers wants you to enjoy all the pleasures of the season. That's why with our winning points plan, you can eat any food you like, stay satisfied, and still lose weight. Remember, summer food tastes best in summer clothes. Join Weight Watchers now and get our new guide to satisfying meal and snack ideas free.
Join now for half price. Pay only $22.50, save $22.50.
Weight Watchers, real food, real life, real results.
Fresh from his Grammy win this year for Best Classical Recording, Canadian superstar Ben Heppner is performing at the Centennial Auditorium April 23rd to benefit poor people in the developing world. Winning numerous awards worldwide, Mr. Heppner is one of the most in-demand tenors in the world. Come and be treated to a lovely evening of classical music by one of the world's top tenors. Ben Heppner Benefit Recital from the Mennonite Economic Development Associates, April 23rd at the Centennial Auditorium. Tickets available at Select a Seat or by phone 938-7800.
When you break up with a Grand Am driver, always return the spare keys. Drive away without paying. Zero down payment, zero security deposit, zero first lease payment. Pontiac Grand Am, built for drivers. There's something about having all the comforts of home, including your bank. EasyWeb Internet Banking. Voted easiest to use. Banking can be this comfortable. TD Canada Trust.
Closed captioning provided in part by the Government of Canada.
Sign your organ donor card and let your family know that you want your last act to be life-giving.
There are as many as 21,000 premature deaths from diseases related to inactivity. Today is World Health Day, and the theme is physical activity for health. As Global's Jason Morton reports, a lack of exercise is a problem that's growing particularly fast among today's youth.
Graham Walker and Brad Ferguson are getting refreshed after playing some basketball. But according to a recent study, half of 12 to 21-year-olds in Canada don't participate in regular physical activity. It's a trend Brad has noticed with some of his peers.
Probably lazy. It's how society's changing and things. I think, yeah, kids are getting lazier and, I don't know, just not enough ambition to go out and do stuff.
Instead of playing sports or taking part in physical activities, more and more kids are spending time watching TV, playing video games, or using the computer. What's alarming is obesity rates in children have more than doubled since 1981. And it's not just a lack of exercise. The Heart and Stroke Foundation says that another big problem is the food available to teenagers. For example, here at the Fieldhouse, the menu here includes hot dogs, hamburgers, and cookies.
There are